Facebook Live, Facebook Live. It's Monday, Facebook Live. I'm really close to my iPad. All right, I'm gonna see if I like this one or not. You can see like every freckle, which is good, I guess. It is what it is. All right, so I'm just jumping on super quick because I actually got an event tonight that I'm attending. I'm not giving. One of my beautiful friends, Vaughn Piero, is actually a breathwork practitioner, and she is doing a class tonight that I'm attending, and I'm super excited. I've done a couple of one-on-one sessions with her, but breathwork is something I've only known about for maybe a year, and I've only done 3 or 4 times actually just with Vaughn this year alone, the last like 3 or 4 months. So, but I tell you what, the couple of experiences I've had have been amazing. So I'm super excited for tonight. I've been a little all over the place today. Just just random stuff. I just haven't been focused. It's a full moon, and if you're in touch at all with what the full moon means, or if you're starting to learn about it, it's just a time when it can mess with your energy in a lot of ways. And every moon, depending on, and I may have this wrong, but depending on like which planet, like I think this is a full moon in Sagittarius, so that could mean something different than a full moon in Mercury or whatever. And you've probably heard of like Mercury retrograde. I'm not an astrologer by any, or expert at all, but I'm just starting to get in tune with what all this stuff means and how it can monkey with my vibration, where the planets are, what the full moon is doing, what the sun is doing, all this kind of stuff. The more aware I am of how that can kind of rock my world, it gives me a better handle or better idea of what I need to do to keep myself in line. And by in line, I mean on track, aware of what's going on, and not judgmental of myself during the process. So there's sometimes when you like look at your day, you're like going, where is my head? I'm all over the place. I can't get my iPhone to work. I'm dropping stuff, whatever it is. And you're like, you kind of beat yourself up like you've done something wrong or you're off balance. But sometimes it's more of a cosmic force than you really have control over. Think of the power, the energetic and vibrational power of literally how the planets are rotating around in the solar system. So yes, your body has a pull with that. Your body has a vibrational connection to the water, the sun, the moon, all the planets, and all the people. So there's a lot to be said for how much this can affect your life and how you think and how you're feeling, how your body physically is reacting to things. So anyway, so this breath work is, I used to think it was like, I'm just breathing, but no, it's a very intentional practice. And I probably can't do it justice explaining it to you, but I can tell you that it's very intentional, deep breathing. And when you're guided by a practitioner who is in tune with that, they can help you through, break up energy blocks while you're doing the session. It's a really, really deep spiritual, energetic connection. And I feel super at peace. I feel relaxed. I physically just feel better. I feel more calm. I feel aligned. I feel connected to myself. I don't feel as distracted after breath work. It's just really amazing. So there's lots of ways you can do it. The class we're doing tonight, I'm attending it live. And but you could still join via Zoom. So I'll try to post a link in the comments. If I don't know if they'll be able to get you signed up because we're starting at 7. But if you're super, super interested, hit a comment and I'll check my comments really quick when I'm done and see if we can send you a link to pay for the Zoom connection. Because you can attend. Energy travels. It doesn't matter how far away you are. Energy travels, and this kind of work travels, and you'll be aligned with us and doing the breathing work yourself, which is the important part. So, it's not just breathing. It's breathing is a form of detoxification. Breathing is a form of relaxation. Breathing is a form of letting go of all the stuff that's kind of driving you crazy in life and connecting to divine, to God, to source, whatever you want to call it. Hey, Laura. So breathing in and of itself is super important. If you do yoga, if you do meditation, a lot of times it's focused on your breathing. But breath work is different. And I really don't want to try to explain it too much more and ruin it. You really need to listen to somebody who does it specifically. But what Vaughn says about it is, I will teach you a pattern of breath that helps you to get to another level of consciousness. I describe this experience as a meditation on steroids. And it truly is. So I would definitely consider, I'll put Vaughn's information in this Facebook Live as well. So if you're interested in doing a breathwork session, they might do another one here again, but she doesn't matter how, she also does them via Zoom, like I've said before. And it's worth checking out for sure, because it could just be the thing that you need to bring you to that next level of tuning into your intuition. It could bring you to that next level of healing. It could bring you to a next level of awareness of what you need to do, where you need to go in your life. And these are some of the tools that I attempt to connect my clients with in our session. I'm not a trained breathwork practitioner. We do talk about breathing, and we do talk about just how you can use breath in your day-to-day life to make sure you are breathing deeper, that you're breathing more intentionally, and how you can use breath to relax and reboot and kind of reconnect with yourself. But breath work is totally different. It's just much deeper. And so it's worth checking out for sure. There's lots of times they do it like we're doing here tonight, a group format, where it might be a little bit cheaper. You can do one-on-one sessions if you really just want all that healing energy directed to, 100% all eyes on you. And like I say, you can also do Zoom stuff. So, but Vaughn's just a great healer to know. So I'll definitely share her information in the comments. If not right now, I'll do it later, because I think they're here getting set up. So I'm going to go help them. But I'm super excited. Check out Breathwork. And if you don't right now have the pathway to check out Breathwork, just spend some time focusing on your breathing. Check in with, are you breathing? Next time you get stressed or you're worried about something, just take 10 intentional breaths and see how much that slows you down. Okay? See how much that just brings you out of that high stress space and connects you a little bit more with peace of mind, so you can do the next right thing that you need to do. Breathwork totally makes sense to me. Yeah, Laura, it's amazing. I think you'd really, really love it. And again, it's just one more tool that I have in my toolkit. There's lots of things that I do. Sometimes you might hone in on one thing, like once you become addicted to like yoga, that could be your thing, and that's all that you do, and it gives you everything you need, and that's fantastic. I'm kind of a dabbler. I like to know a lot of different things, so when I feel off kilter, I kind of go, what do I really need? And then I can pick from some of the tools. And there's some things I use consistently, and some things I use just more as like, okay, where do I need to go? I need a little extra help. I need a little more concentration. And when I woke up this morning, I knew I needed to come here and do this breath work. Laura says, I know I'm a shallow breather. Yeah, most of us are. We use like 10% of our lung capacity. And there's actually cancer therapy that's around oxygen therapy for cancer treatment. It's about intense levels of oxygen, because literally cancer can't breathe in a highly oxidative environment. So, and we don't breathe very deeply, and we store, our lungs are like, I don't know, 12 inches long. That could be completely inaccurate. We rarely ever get to completely expel all the oxygen that's in the bottom of our lungs. So when you're doing deep breathing, when you're doing cardio, things like that, you're actually getting an opportunity to evacuate more of the stored kind of stale oxygen that's in the bottom of your lungs. And this is crazy. I'm not encouraging anybody to start smoking, but one of the reasons why smokers actually smoke, they get relaxation or stress relief benefits from smoking, so they're taking really deep breaths. Granted, it's, they're breathing in the tobacco and stuff too, so I'm not saying start smoking. There's other ways you can reduce your stress level, but they're taking in really deep breaths, okay? And so we want to start adapting that rule of like, take 5 minutes several times a day to just breathe intentionally, deeply, not forcefully, but deeply, and just seeing how far that can take us. And you'll start noticing a difference, and you'll start doing it more intentionally. I'll do a class actually soon about a technique that I use. It's not breath work specifically, but it's deep energy breathing, longevity breathing they call it, and it's a lot of different connecting some different energy points in your body when you're doing different breathing techniques. And it's amazing. You can use it anywhere, anytime, and it's amazing how quickly it brings you out of that stress level and helps you focus on what you're really trying to do, and gets you out of that, crazy space of like franticness, and connects you to your soul, to your true guidance, so you can start functioning better. And as you can see, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm doing this live, and I'm looking over here because this iPad is really big I'm doing this on, and so I keep getting distracted by stuff, but that's why I'm going to do breath work. All right, I'm so excited. I'm signing off. I'm going to put Vaughn's info into the comments here in a second, and check her out. And I hope you guys have a great night, and tune in to me tomorrow at some point tomorrow. Kind of crazy day. Probably going to be going live later in the day tomorrow as well, and I think I'll do more on breathing tomorrow. I'll walk you through a technique that I use that's been a great stress reliever. So have a beautiful night. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.